I literally just woke up not even 10 minutes ago. I just washed my face real quick, brushed my teeth, and it's already pretty late, so I'm actually finna get ready to go to the grocery store so I can make me some food and, start my night because it's already after 10 o'clock. So, I, I seen online that Trump won, and I'm like, oh my God, how could you guys let this happen? She was winning, you know? The predictions was on Kamala. Like, how did you guys let this happen? A lot of people was being really sneaky. You know, they was voting for Trump all along, but they just kept quiet. They waited to the last minute to really push him over the edge. I'm not even a politics person. Like, the only reason why I even really indulging in this mess is because of the people keep talking about it. So I never was running for Trump, even when it was first term. When I heard that he was getting into office, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, wow, the people, why are they spreading this? Donald Trump can't get in office. Like, are you kidding me? Not that I don't want him, didn't want him, man. I'm like, that's not possible. Donald Trump. So when I used to talk all that trash, like presidents supposed to hold themselves high, in a high regard, professional. I never knew the Donald Trump that way. I knew he was a businessman and very wealthy, but he was a joke. I voted for Hillary Clinton. When I heard he was getting in, I ran to that motherfucking poll, bitch, and I voted for Kamala. I voted for Hillary. Why they let a man get in office that has 34 felonies? It's beyond me. I like Trump because he keep it real. He don't hold back. Okay, but with a trans woman, the LGBT keep it real by being themselves. It's a problem. With women, with people choose to do with their bodies, when they keeping it real, it's a problem. This shit is fucking sickening. At first, I was going by what a lot of people were saying on how Trump felt about the LGBT rights and all of it. I was going by hearsay. In recent times, I'm like, you know what, let me do the research myself. So I sat down one day and I was just going, it was like hours, bitch. I was just reading. I was indulging all that fucking negative energy. I had to succumb myself that day. That's the only way you can learn is if you endure the shit, you know? My body was so overwhelmed. I listened to everything he said about the LGBT comments he made, and I'm like, wow, this man is he really is against us. And when someone speaks about he's gonna take our rights away, LGBT, well, he's gonna try because, like I said before, I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. Everybody don't have my strength. Everyone don't have hope and faith. So I wanna spread that on you guys. But I wanna talk about this for a second. You shouldn't be harming children. Children shouldn't be forced to transition. Do you guys know that in order for a child to transition, their parents is allowing the shit? You keep throwing it on the kids like we're the influence of the kids, but the parents is the ones that will allow the children, for the parents that will allow the shit, and they have to go through professionals and all of that. So I don't know what that's about. I really don't know if the parents is they see something within a child and they just egg them on and just try to be a supporting parent in today's society instead of beating your fucking kids to D word and throwing them out your house on the streets like they fucking used to do 15, 20 plus years ago. So regardless of what I feel about the kids and everybody else, it's the parents' choices. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you want to go get a tattoo on your body, a permanent tattoo, you have to involve your parents. Like, be fucking for real. Drag queens is reading for our kids instead of the teachers. What? When did they allow drag queens in the schools? Like, is that a thing? Like, they allow drag queens in the schools to read for the children? Because I heard about a drag queen. I can't really speak for a drag queen because I'm not a drag queen. Drag queen is a like female entertainer impersonator. That's what they do, and they will get paid for their entertainment. I really don't know what that's about, so I can't speak on it. A lot of you don't give a fuck because you support the bullshit. You don't want trans people to be themselves. You don't even want trans people to exist. You guys think this shit has gone way out of hand. How did we get a voice? You see the oppression? You see oppression against us? This is Donald Trump words. We will get transgender insanity the hell out of our schools. We will keep men out of women's sports. So you see, the way that you're saying it is that it's opposition against, that you don't support it, and that it's insanity to you. As you say, I don't think that it's right for kids to blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? You said transgender insanity. So you saying basically as if it is a disease. And his influence, of course, is pushing on the people that already think trans people is weird, crazy, and what the hell is this? Alien aligned, making people more fearful of trans people as if we're some type of threat. I guess we're a threat because we live in our truths and speak on shit. A group of people that is a minority, because they said it's less than 1% of the whole United States. If black people is a minority, then what is trans people? A very small portion according to your data. There's bigger things to rule upon, to rule out. You know what I'm saying? My babies. I know it can be fearful because of all this going on, but never give up and never stop being yourself. Still, still do your transition. Don't hold back. Don't try to wait till after he get out. No, we gotta fight this shit. We gotta stand our ground. I was telling you guys a little bit ago, I was just gonna go like the stealth route and just get out of all of this, not trying to run from a fight. It's just like just trying to just live my life as a woman, but this is what's keeping me from doing it. And if I gotta stand up for my peoples, it is what it is. My partner, they don't even like me indulging in this type of way. They don't even want me to really like. They're like, just live your life. You don't have. But I'm like, I gotta stand up for my people. Like, no, the fuck. I gotta stand up for my people. It doesn't matter if I go to the grocery store and a bitch don't check me about some gender shit. It doesn't matter if I can go to the Kroger's and not be bullied and misgendered. This is bigger than me. This is about just my peoples in general and what they perceiving transgender as. It may not affect me on a personal day-to-day basis, but it will just affect my identity as a whole, if you know what I'm saying. So no, we can't drop our guns and just walk away from this fight. Like, no. There's people in the community that will fight to the of us. There is people that like, this isn't the end of the world for the trans people. Trust me, it's not gonna be that fucking easy. Take your hormones, get your surgeries, and be the best fucking you. Be authentic to yourself. Love yourself, and let's live this thing that's called life. If you want to get your gender marker changed, go ahead and get that done. Because they're gonna stop. Well, I guess it's hard for some of you to already get that. I got my gender marker changed like 2-3 years ago, so I'm not worried about that bathroom shit or any. I'm personally not worried about it myself as much. There is a difference between a whole man and a transgender woman. It is a difference, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Looking crazy. You guys see that I just woken up. My voice is hoarse. And the crazy thing is, the reason why all these laws and bans and stuff is going into play is because of people playing around with this shit. Or a transgender is caught in a bathroom doing this, looking, staring at the women. Come to find out, they wasn't even a legit trans woman. It was really a fucking man. Not even a trans identified person in society. Actually, I got a video that I'm going to play for you guys that I seen on a channel that I don't follow the shit. I just saw it. But I'm going to play a little video for you guys.
Rose's attorney, Nicholas Liakis, told the I-Team the failure of the correction department to identify an obvious imposter not only endangered the entire female dorm, but also all trans prisoners who fought for the right to be housed in facilities that align with their gender identities.
When someone is claiming to be something they're not, and it's to the detriment of the entire community now, because it will, it will cause concern.
And advocating for improved conditions of...
Last year, advocates for trans prisoners implored New York City Council and the DOC to make it easier for trans, gender non-binary, and intersex detainees to get their choice of jail housing. Identify her only as Rose Doe, and in this exclusive interview, she wanted to be clear about one thing. Rose says she has no bias towards transgender individuals. Her concern is with the City Department of Correction failing to prevent an imposter from pretending to be transgender behind bars. So Rose and other female inmates immediately believed the new inmate was clearly male who infiltrated when they are clearly not transgender, that the prisoner stated openly and publicly that he was not gay nor trans, and that he's a whole man that likes women.
When this prisoner walked into the women's dorm, what did the prisoner say?
His introduction was, I'm not a transgender. I'm straight. I like women.
He said he was a straight man in a women's jail.
Yeah. After the captains walked out, that was just hello.
Shit like this is the reason why all of this stuff is going into play now. Because of this shit. People coming out with detransition stories. You ain't saying how, it wasn't truly authentically myself and I made a mistake. Bitch, you blaming it on doctors. People forcing it up on you. Is you gonna take accountability for yourself? Is you gonna take accountability that you the one that told your family? No, I feel that I'm a woman, and they're like, huh? I've been a woman my whole entire life. I just couldn't come out because of people would hate me, and I was scared to come out. And they sit you down and talk to you. I feel like I'm a woman living in a man's body, trying to support you. Set up doctor's appointment, you go to the psychiatrist, you tell the psychiatrist the same fucking thing plus more. They're not gonna take you serious initially because they wanna make sure. And you give them this whole false narrative, some shit that you just programmed and forced your mind to believe. You go into hormone therapy, then you jump in immediately into all these fucking surgeries instead of just letting the process flow. Giving your mind time to develop even more. You get balls and all that shit chopped off. Now you coming out to the world that, oh my God, it was forced up on me, and the psychiatrist, they just threw hormones at me and surgeries at me. Because you fed into the shit. You the one that gave them the fucking narrative in the first place for them to pursue. So it's not their fault. It's your fault. They're just doing their fucking job. It's not my doctor's fault. It's not my parents' fault for supporting me. This is what I gave them initially, and they support me. It's cross-dressers and imposters. I'm not talking about all you cross-dressers now. It is some cross-dressers that's doing it. The cross-dressers, the detransitioners, and these men that's so motherfucking horny and thirsty to suck and do all this shit on a bitch. They taking our rights away. Caitlyn Jenner, Woman of the Year. Well, they shouldn't have been Woman of the Year. I agree with that. Them personally. But who the fuck do you think behind the scenes put it into play for them to get up on that fucking podium in the first place? It's everybody else that's fucking doing it behind the scenes, egging them on so they can be bamboozled, they can be looked at as a clown and get all this hate and all this shit. It's them behind the scenes that's doing it. It's them. How did Hazel get surgery? How did Hazel start hormones? Did I just go rob the motherfucking pharmacy? Your fucking allies, bitch, who gave me the shit for this to happen. People take stuff and run with it. Enough low vibrations for today, my babes. Nothing but high vibrations. And I am about to light some motherfucking incense. I'm about to get my food. And we gonna turn on Beetle Juice, honey. And we just gonna indulge in nothing but serenity, high vibes, love, compassion for other people. Trying to shun the LGBT community, mainly trans people. And they're like, oh, that don't even matter. Bitch, yes, the fuck it do matter. And you have your reason. You want it to be more you want it to be something else. Something else that you can just be like, oh, yeah, but. You want answers, but you don't like the answers that's given to you. A lot of men, black men too, a lot of them voting for Trump because they don't want Kamala, they don't want a woman in power. The same thing with Hillary Clinton. All because you don't want a woman to have control. How fucking misogynistic is that? No, I won't be able to push any babies up out of me, but it's bigger than, you see, when you have compassion, how you think bigger than yourself. Relate to it and just in a way. You build allies. That's how you build a community. Like I was saying, I'm not worried about me going to the corner store and someone saying, you're a man. Not saying that won't happen, but not something that I just deal with on a day-to-day basis. But my other girls, my other dolls, it will affect them. You can't erase God's gift, bitch. Then they say, oh, you can't erase biology. Who's trying to? There is no biology in the spirit, whore. There is no biology in the spirit, whore. I was reincarnated. I was brought here by God, being in a reincarnation here on this planet, to live in a male body, to transition to a woman. So that way it can build me up stronger and wiser in the spiritual divine. Because this life here is just a test, you know? It's a test to see how far we're willing to push ourselves to go. Some people have to go through battles so they can learn. In a human mind, you really can't comprehend that because we are just a small portion of the bigger picture. This is a school to fucking learn for our higher self, our soul. You know, I'll reincarnate you as a male, and you're gonna have to, you won't remember this conversation, but you're gonna have to find yourself to become a woman, to go through that struggle, to be yourself. Bitch, that's why the fuck I'm here. So the DNA shit don't faze me, ho. I love you, my babes. Good night.